Hey guys, welcome to Wrestling Days and welcome to today's unseen video. This is where we round up all the big talking points from social media. And of course, probably the big news today, we did get an update from Seth Rollins. And that update is... there's no update, right? He said that he got the scan and his leg was too badly swollen for them to really be able to diagnose the situation. So he said they're going to have to wait a little while, another week or two, for that swelling to go down so that they can do another scan. He said he knows his body, though, and it really does not feel good. He thinks this is something pretty serious. But he did go on to say that immediately when there's an injury, his first thought is, will I make it back for WrestleMania? Will I be a part of WrestleMania season? And he seemed to suggest that on that front, he feels quite confident and comfortable. So I think in his mind, he's going to be around for early next year. He's going to be around for WrestleMania. What this means for the rest of 2025 for him, I'm not sure. He seems to believe that this is a serious injury, but yeah, no update, nothing concrete because of that swelling. So yeah, very interesting. This, of course, as we said, the big story of the day. As well as that, I thought this was really interesting. We're seeing a lot of reaction to the Goldberg comments. So Goldberg came out, I think it was yesterday, on Ariel Helwani's show and was very frustrated with his send-off. We actually looked at that in Unseen. I actually think this is really interesting because I think it's one thing for us to have opinions and share those opinions about wrestling. But actually, Pete Rosenberg is someone employed by WWE. He actually commentates down in Evolve, and I'm sure he does other little bits, like he's part of like the kind of kickoff show panel, right, where he'll do interviews and things like that. So he is actually part of WWE, is under a contract. So for him to publicly speak out, I think is, you know, this must be something he just had to say. This must be something he just had to get off his chest. And I think we've all been there, right? I think we've all been in that situation where you can't keep it in. So let's watch this. This is what Pete Rosenberg had to say about Goldberg's comments.
I gotta be quick here before my wife gets back and yells at me for doing this on vacation. Listen, Bill Goldberg, as a Jewish guy who's in wrestling and loves wrestling myself, obviously I appreciate his contributions. I cannot believe the complaints about his send-off. Have you guys ever noticed that the people who are the most overbooked, the most over-celebrated, are always the ones who complain? The man got a 15-minute match. It should have been a squash, let's be honest. He should have gotten Goldberg. He should have been speared and taken out. The man's pushing 60 years old, hasn't looked good in the ring, some would say ever, but certainly not in the last few years. Got to have a 15-minute match, a battle with the world champion, and get a few words live on television and complains about his mic getting cut off. First of all, people, watch the product. NBC goes when the show ends, every single time. They do not wait. The NBC, this is network TV. It's not USA, it's not Netflix, it's NBC. They go when they go. He still got in a nice little moment and got to be celebrated on. Do you know how many people better than Goldberg their send-off was, we wish them the best in their future endeavors? All right? Do you know how many? Did this guy get to stand in the ring on national television and have a send-off? You should be thanking your lucky stars for the money you've made and the appreciation you've gotten, which many don't even feel is fully deserved. To complain, I'm so disappointed.
There we go. So pretty powerful words there from Pete Rosenberg. You know, I've seen both sides of the argument on this. Some people saying that, you know, it was a real shame he didn't get more time and that WWE should have done better. And then I've seen, obviously, this side of it, which is, I can't believe how much they gave him. He's lucky to get what he's getting. He was over-pushed, overbooked. I sort of feel like Pete Rosenberg was pretty down on Goldberg anyway. I get the impression with him saying that, you know, over-pushed, overbooked, all that sort of stuff, that he's maybe not a Goldberg fan to begin with. But yeah, quite fiery words there from someone that's under a WWE contract. Right, Damian Priest refused to speak about Lola Vice dating rumors. So I think they asked him, can you tell us who did you go to a certain game? There was some football game that he went to with Lola Vice, which I was not aware of. And he was like, yeah, it doesn't really matter. And he was just kind of moving on from it. So, I mean, I don't know if they're seeing each other. I mean, quite frankly, who cares? But yeah, he certainly did not want to talk about it on this interview show. The woman was like, oh, that's a shame. We like a good love story around here. So she was she was ready to pry. She'd clearly done her research. She knows things I don't know. I had no idea that he'd been seen out with Lola Vice. So interesting. I thought you lot might find that interesting as well, but he's not confirming it. So Edward, Steve, Larry, thank you, J Omega. Shout out to you. So, right. Breaking, as per PW Insider, there have been internal discussions about AJ Styles potentially making an appearance this weekend at TNA Slammiversary. They are going so big with this weekend Slammiversary. I think we're going to do it, right? I was toying with it anyway because this JC Jane Masha Slamovich match feels like a big deal, like it's title versus title. Masha Slamovich could become the new NXT Women's Champion. That would mark the first time that a TNA contracted superstar will have won a WWE Championship. So, I mean, that would be historic. And obviously, if JC wins, she'll be the first female to be under a WWE contract and hold that TNA Knockouts Championship. So that would be history. Not as big. It would be bigger if Masha wins. But yeah, that match definitely feels like it's going to have something of significance happen, right? And then, of course, you got Trick defending the TNA Championship. They're talking about there being surprises. Potentially this is the surprise, and AJ Styles rocking up at Slammiversary would be absolutely huge. Absolutely huge. And you could believe that he would really want that to happen. You know, we know that he's in the twilight of his career, so I believe this. I believe this. I've also heard that apparently someone that works at TNA, like, I don't know if it's the top guy, he used the word phenomenal as well. He said it's going to be phenomenal or something like that. So, I mean, they're really laying it on quite thick. So, certainly going into this Sunday, I think people are going to be looking and really borderline expecting that AJ Styles will make an appearance. Right, Larry, thank you. Here, Travis Scott was reportedly planned for a match at SummerSlam that was going to involve Bad Bunny. But something happened, right? And he's been pulled from the show. I'm not going to sit here and tell you I know the whole story because I would be lying, but something happened with Travis Scott. Travis was going to be in a match at SummerSlam. I believe it was going to be a tag match with Travis and Bad Bunny. So it might have been like Travis and Drew against Bad Bunny and Randy. It was going to be something. And something happened with Travis and he is now just off the show. Jelly Roll appears to have taken his spot. I guess they've decided that a good counterpart for Jelly Roll would be Logan. So that's what's happened. But that's why this match is taking place. So there we go. It seems, I mean, to be honest, I was in the dark. I heard that Travis was going to have a match. I was under the impression that it was the tag match when Logan was partnered up with John Cena. Because to be honest, if Travis was having a match, I would have thought it would have been with John as his partner, because obviously John, when he turned heel, Travis was in the ring. Travis came down to the ring to help John get number 17 at WrestleMania. Doesn't really make sense to bring Travis in and for his partner to not be John Cena. So I really did think that it would be him and John, but actually here, Brian Alvarez sort of implying that it might have been Randy. I don't know how we would have got to that, though. Randy is a face, and he just got cheated by John Cena. Travis is a heel, and I don't know how the hell we would have got to that match. I really don't know. But Brian Alvarez is sort of suggesting that he's been told that was the direction we were going to go. I don't know. I do struggle with that, though. I think there's too many questions around it. I think it makes more sense that it was meant to be John Cena and Travis in that tag match that took place. Was it Saturday night's main event tag match? But instead it turned out to be Logan and Cena in a tag match. I think, weren't they up against Jay and Cody? I think that was the match, if my memory serves me correct. So, yeah, I don't know. There we go. We're not getting Travis, and we don't know why. So that's that story. Right, Pat has come out and just said he stepped away from WWE because he was getting burnt out. He said he knew it was going to happen because of everything that he's been doing, and it's happened. Yeah, he just got burnt out, so he stepped away. He said he also knew that football season was coming up, and of course he steps away for football season because he is obviously in that world. So he normally steps away anyway. So to be honest, I expect him to come back. I think once football season is done, he'll come back. I don't think he'll want to miss WrestleMania season, so I think he'll come back for that. What that means for Corey, I've got absolutely no idea. We know that Corey was told, sorry, you're not famous enough, which is why he wasn't allowed to be a commentator on Raw. Pat obviously took that position, and yeah. So Pat has stepped away. With football season about to start, I think that might likely keep him away. But I think he will find his way coming back once those football kind of obligations are fulfilled. So, Mitchell, thank you. Chanman said, let's have a look at Goldberg. So I think Chanman's also kind of hammering the point home that he doesn't really have much time for Goldberg. Cracked a referee's rib in his last match and never apologised. Didn't thank Gunther, who led the match and gave him his longest match in 22 years. Got his final match in his hometown with the world title on the line and still complained. Spent years trashing WWE for not giving him a send-off, then got one and acted like it wasn't good enough. WWE posted his full retirement speech on their YouTube and it got over 1 million views and he didn't acknowledge it. So, yeah, I don't know. The worm is turning a little bit. Actually, after Saturday night's main event, you saw a lot of people saying he deserved better. You saw a lot of people saying, nah, that's not good, man. They gave him no time whatsoever to speak. But I think the Ariel Helwani interview has kind of annoyed people. I think the Ariel Helwani interview has kind of frustrated people. I think Goldberg saying, like, coming out and saying he was not happy with it and being critical of it. I think that goodwill has kind of gone, to be honest. Maybe not with everyone, but certainly with quite a few people. So, Wrestle Night, thank you. Yeah, it's just, you know, another kind of thing that we're seeing doing the rounds. Right, Tribal Chief, shout out to you. So Roman Reigns will be working all editions of Raw leading up to SummerSlam next month. I mean, it's not that many editions, is it? We're only, 2-3 weeks away? So it's not that many editions, but at least we know we've got plenty of OTC1 to look forward to as we head towards SummerSlam. Right, apparently they've removed low ratings, which I really don't understand. A good, though, amount of ratings. When it comes to Cagematch, it is obviously a good source, but they tend to get, like, matches where they get, like, 30 votes, 40 votes. I mean, you know, you can't really use it as much of a guide. But once you start getting into the hundreds of votes, that's where it starts to become quite interesting, I think. So here, this has had over 400-odd votes. And the match, Iyo versus Rhea, and of course Naomi cashing in, 9.39. But apparently there were some low ratings that have since been removed. So apparently this was still in the 9s, but it was lower. It was like 9.1 or something. And so, but 939. The low ratings have been removed. I don't know how I feel about that. Perhaps they think they're just trolls, you know? Perhaps they don't believe they're genuine ratings or something. But anyway, it's been removed. It's now at 9.39 out of 10, which makes it the highest rated women's match in WWE history, currently on Cagematch. I think that's a bit too high, personally. I don't think it's the greatest women's match in WWE history. So, yeah, don't know. People loved it. I loved it. I mean, I really loved it. But I don't know that it's the best women's match in WWE history. I think it can be in the conversation. But was it better than Rhea and Charlotte? Or was it better than Bayley and Sasha from Brooklyn down in NXT? Which was just, I mean, honestly, that match, is it really better than that? Don't know. To each their own. But that's where it is on Cagematch at the moment. Very, very well received and deservedly so. Make no mistake about it. Fantastic match. Right, Corey said, here's a updated card for a live show that's going down on Saturday. We've got Penta against Gunther for the World Heavyweight Championship. We got Cody, Randy, and Jacob taking on Solo, JC, and Tonga Loa. We got Rhea Ripley and Iyo Sky in a tag team taking on Naomi and Nia. Charlotte versus Raquel. And we got Lyra versus Bailey. And as Brady said, Charlotte versus Raquel. You know what that means. And actually, rumor is that Raquel and Roxanne will be on SmackDown. And yeah, I mean, everything seems to be pointing towards SummerSlam. And it seems to be Raquel and Roxanne against Charlotte and Alexa. And honestly, I think there's a good chance that Charlotte and Alexa could win those tag titles, because I think that a tag title run for those two would be really, really well received. A lot of people really do like Alexa and Charlotte together. We've heard from Liv. So Dominik was responding, just saying like, oh, these idiots are going to be the death of me. I think he was responding to a CM Punk Rhea Ripley interview where I think he'd been mentioned. And he's like, these idiots will be the death of me. And we've heard from Liv. Liv said, do you want me to kill them? ? So there we go, Liv Morgan taking to social media, just showing a bit of support there for Dominik, so very good. Sean Ross just had a bit of an update on Cardi B and WWE, but the update was there's no update. Basically, he's reached out and not heard anything back. So we said yesterday that Cardi B has not been mentioned for a while, and there's a few people questioning, is she still hosting SummerSlam? Because they haven't mentioned her for a few weeks, apparently. I can reveal, though, that she was shown, the graphic was shown on tonight's Evolve. So Evolve this week, there was a Cardi B graphic that was shown. The only thing I would say is that that show is obviously taped and edited, like in advance. It's not live. So, I mean, still a little bit in the dark, to be honest. It could be that that show was taped and edited, and that was added, the Cardi B graphic was added like weeks ago and then shown today, and they just didn't take it out. They just didn't change it. They missed it. So still in the dark, really. Be very interesting to see if they mention Cardi B on Friday. CM Punk said, I'm not against WWE Unreal, but I was always taught to protect the business. So I think this is a great advert for Unreal. You've got a lot of wrestlers coming out going, I don't know, man. I think that we're maybe showing a little bit too much. I don't know. I think this show, it might be revealing behind the scenes more than we should. And I mean, all that's going to do is drive more people to want to see it, isn't it? If it's a bit like when a song gets banned on the radio, all of a sudden everyone wants to know why and wants to listen to it. Or if a film gets banned in the cinema, now all of a sudden everyone wants to watch it. If you go around saying, oh, I don't know, man, I'm not sure the fans should watch this show. I think we're maybe telling them a little bit too much. What do you think the fans are going to do? So I'm not saying they're saying that for that reason. I think they're probably being truthful. But all it's going to do is make it a bigger show. I'm really excited for this. This WWE Unreal, it's a kind of behind-the-scenes documentary, but it's going to show us more than we've ever seen. We're going to go into the creative room. We're going to see in Gorilla as things are happening in the ring, see the live reaction from Gorilla. So, yeah, looking forward to it, honestly. But I know it's also quite divisive. Some people are not too keen on it. Guys, breaking news. This literally came through as I was recording. So Drew and Randy were on Jimmy Kimmel Live, and you can see that a few words are exchanged. This goes for like 20 odd seconds, and they start legitimately getting into it. Look, they start actually fighting on the show, and they actually burst through this door. So there they are, look, on Jimmy Kimmel, going all the way back, falling down. There's Jelly Roll.
I don't know what to do. I just lost. I guess we're gonna go to commercial. I'm wrong place. Run you back.
There we go. So, I mean, that gets really spicy. Apparently, Jelly Roll chokeslams Logan through a table. So I don't know where Jimmy Kimmel had gone.
Why don't you leave, huh?
That's good, isn't it? That's good. That's the way that they actually set that up. That was good. And that table breaks really satisfyingly, doesn't it? They've done that. I don't know where Jimmy Kimmel had gone, but they did that really, really well. with the two wrestlers kind of going through the door and kind of exploding through there, and that being trashed by Jelly Roll. So again, some big promotion there, big promotion for SummerSlam. So back to whatever it is we were about to do. Right, Junk Wax Obsessed. Here's a weird update for you. Do you remember yesterday we were talking about Lilly, and I was saying they have downgraded it? The picture that they were showing on WWE Shop has been updated, and I was full of praise, because that doll that was on WWE Shop was so detailed, so impressive. I was really full of praise when I first saw it, and now they've changed it, and it does not look as good. Right, as the picture that was on WWE Shop. Well, Junk Wax Obsessed got in touch to say the Lilly doll that they've showed on sale was never made available for the public. I pre-ordered it, and this is the one that I got. So I think what Junk Wax Obsessed is saying there is that they pre-ordered it. I mean, they ordered it as soon as the image, as soon as they were able to order it, they put the order in, and this is the one that came through the post. Again, that is not the one that matches the picture that was on WWE Shop. So then I asked the question, did anyone ever get one of those Lilly dolls? You know, the really detailed one. It's crazy if they were advertising one thing, but then delivering another, right? Kelly says, I've seen pictures of people when the doll was first on the shop, and they did get the one that Alexa had. If you go to WWE Shop now, they're now showing the cheap one that they're doing. I'm peeved because I wanted that original one. So Kelly thinks she might have seen some people with the one that Lilly has got. Craig said, but I ordered mine February 1st. The order picture showed the original, but I got the new one. Still in its plastic bag. I didn't realise it was what I ordered. I tried to get a replacement, but my 45 days has expired. And now I'm stuck with this beep. Do you know what? It really seems like what has happened is it seems like WWE have not had an image available for the Lilly doll they were going to actually sell. So they had to use an image of the one that Alexa carries, right? The nice one, the detailed one, the one that Jason Baker has probably made for a lot of money, right? I mean, that thing looks so detailed. I mean, honestly, it looks so good. I really don't know how they would manufacture that for a cheap price, you know, for like $50. I don't know how they would be able to make that for $50. I just sort of figured they had found a way. But actually what I'm starting to believe now is that, no, I don't know that they ever did ship those Lilly dolls. And actually the picture has always been false advertising. And if you ordered it, you never got that one. You got this one. Which is crazy. That's a crazy development. That is a crazy... So I don't know that they have, lessened the quality. I don't know that that doll was ever available. I'd be interested to know... Kelly says she thinks that she's seen, but I don't know. Maybe that's ones that people had made themselves, for example. You know, it might be that people just, you know what people are like. They're really good when it comes to creating their own bits and bobs. I mean, there's people out there that have made their own Wyatt 6 Mattel figures, and they look better than the ones that Mattel have got coming out as well. I mean, people are so talented, so skilled, that I can believe maybe some people have made their own. So, don't know. Crazy. At the moment, I'm leaning towards that detailed doll on WWE Shop may never have been available. And it was actually like false advertising. I know that Brady actually sent me a TikTok of someone that said they had ordered one thinking they were going to get the detailed picture one. And they ended up with one like this as well. So, yeah, bonkers, mate. That's a development in this story I was not expecting. So maybe that's why they've changed the picture so it better reflects the item you actually receive. But Fly Away Rat said the Riz. So the Riz not got any time for stacks. Not got any time for stacks. I wonder what the future is going to hold for the Riz. But there we go. She really is not keen on stacks. I know that much. So there we go. I thought that was kind of interesting. The family, of course, now done over. Such a shame. Right, let's go into other. I don't know how much we got in here. I just thought this was a cool image. This picture means more than you know. pioneers of European wrestling in America, two absolute masters of our craft. Without these two men, a lot of us Europeans wouldn't be where we are today. Of course, Dave Taylor, he's got that kind of like, look at that forearm. He's got that sort of old man strength about him, you know? My granddad was like that. My granddad was like that, strong, even though he was in his later years. Do you know what I mean? Still rock solid. And there's William Regal as well. So I just thought that was a lovely little message for him to post and showing some respect. And it's a nice picture as well, to be honest. Nice picture. Right, thought I would include this because obviously we don't know what the Wyatt Six are up to, but they're teasing the arrival of something. And here is Dutch from The Righteous. He said, keep your ears open and your eyes peeled. Soon the good news will be revealed. I am righteous, for we are many. So there we go. He's teasing that there is going to be a development soon. The Wyatt Six are teasing that there's some development coming soon. And are these two things going to be, you know, connected? Maybe. Maybe not. We're going to have to wait and see. I think, is it the 29th that they said, or the 27th, 29th, later this month? The Wyatt Six seem to be teasing the next, I don't know, batch of cryptic clues or a reveal or something. So I wonder if it will be connected to The Righteous. Juan, shout out to you, my friends. Fade says Maya Lesnar has made it official with NFL linebacker Drew Moss. So there we go. That's Brock Lesnar's daughter. When they say made it official, what does that mean? Like just kind of saying that she's in a relationship. So here, it seems like this Drew Moss is in a relationship with Maya Lesnar. Mate, if ever you was nervous about meeting your in-laws, think about Drew Moss. Think about the fact he has got to go round the Lesnar household, knock on the door, and, you know, Sable's going to be there and Brock's going to be there. I mean, I don't actually know if she lives with her dad, saying that. She might not. She might not live with her dad. But even if he goes round to see her dad, Sable's there, Brock Lesnar's there. I could totally understand this guy having some nerves as he's on his way round to meet the in-laws. Mate, I feel for this guy. Respect. It takes balls to go, you know, on dates and be going out with Brock Lesnar's daughter. Lovely girl. No, you know, I'm just saying, like, in the back of your mind, you'd be thinking, oh my God. You know how protective dads are. Imagine Brock Lesnar. Oh my God. Imagine getting grilled by Brock Lesnar. Oh. Right, Medusa said, I didn't even know that these were out. Hellfire, if it wasn't for Beth Phoenix showing me a picture and promoting them, I'd never have known. I agree. I love Alundra Blaze. I didn't know. So there we go. A new Alundra Blaze shirt available. And, like, you just wouldn't have known. They've done nothing to promote this whatsoever, so I'm playing my part. I'm helping out. Actually, it's one of those, isn't it, where I love Alundra Blaze, and I think you could have a real classy shirt. Is this it? Is this the classy shirt? I mean, if you was going out for a night out or something, you know, going to the club, whatever, casual club, not a club you need to be smart for, maybe you could get away with wearing something like this, going to a gig or something like that. I don't need the Saturday Night's Main Event logo on it. I don't, you know, she was in the crowd, but I don't really need that. Like, that can go. But, yeah, well, I don't know, man. It's a shirt, innit? It's a shirt that they've put out. But I'm an Alundra Blaze fan. I would buy an Alundra Blaze shirt. Even I'm looking at that going, when would I wear it? When would I wear it? Maybe it would look good with jeans if you went to a pub. Perhaps it would look good. It'd be a conversation starter, wouldn't it? People would be like, what's your shirt? And you'd be like, well, it's wrestling. But, yeah, I don't know. WrestleBuzz, thank you, my friends. I'm really torn on it. Really torn. Triple H, Edward, thank you. Triple H said it's going to be a futuristic summer when Metro Boomin drops this album. I'm sure it's filled with gems from the sound of Atlanta, and I can see you with the WWE belt on the album cover. Now he says, look, I see you with the WWE Metro Boomin belt on the album cover. Where is it? This in the corner? because it doesn't look like a WWE. If I can get it here, is it that? Is that the belt, or am I just missing it? Because, well, I don't know. Is that like a Metro Boomin special WWE design? I thought the belt he had a big like W on the front. It was kind of like the hardcore type belt sort of thing. I don't know what that is. I don't look at that and see WWE. So unless it's like there's another belt or something. I see you with the WWE Metro Boomin belt on the cover. I'm going to Google search that, actually. Metro Boomin WWE title. Let's have a look and see what kind of comes up if you do that. The only belt I can see is just the WWE one, really. So, I don't really understand. I don't really get it. I don't see a belt that looks like that. That, if anything, looks like Roman Reigns about to do a Superman punch. So, don't know. But there we go. I think they're just trying to promote the album, aren't they? I think what they've done is they've said a load of things, load of words, and that'll do sometimes. It doesn't really matter if the words make sense. It just said some words, really. Right, Edward, shout out to you. Stephanie is going to be at Walmart in Houston, Texas on July 20th. So there we go, 2 to 4. If you want to get down and meet WWE superstar Stephanie, then make sure that you go to their website, read all up on it. I don't know what you need to do. So there we go. Autographs are not permitted. What is it? Just photos. Clear bags are encouraged. Superstar is subject to change. Autographs are not permitted. What does that mean? So you just got to go and get a picture. That's fine, to be honest. And here, look, Larry, thank you. The Sol Ruka belt we looked at yesterday, $7,500 dollars at the moment. $7,500. Mate, there are some people in this world that have just so much money, and I am so jealous of them. Right, here we go. It's that time. It's a good one this week, said Carl. Happy Wednesday.
Hey guys, happy Wednesday. So this happened last night, which means I'm coming home to Texas next week, which also means that you guys better be on your best behavior and cheer for me. And then this also happened last night, which was kind of weird because, like, why does she care about my family? And also, like, Pookie. Bless your heart, Blake. Of course my family's going to be there. And funny story, the other day my mom saw your promo and she was like, oh my God, is that Sabrina Carpenter? And I was like, no, Mom, that's Blake Monroe. And she was pretty certain that it was Sabrina Carpenter. I said, Mom, whatever similarities that you're seeing, it's obviously got to be a coincidence because there's no way that Blake Monroe would try and have a career pretending to be someone else. But don't worry. I set the record straight. I said, Mom, Sabrina Carpenter. Someone trying their best. Anyways, let's get to questions. Question number 1. What is your favorite cartoon to watch? Right now, it's Avatar, The Last Airbender. It's the first time I'm watching it, about to start season 3. Phenomenal so far. Question number 2. If you could choose 4 bands or artists for a private concert, who would it be? Bruno Mars. Jonas Brothers. A country singer of some sort, like Luke Combs, maybe a little Morgan Wallen, probably Luke Combs. I don't know. 4th one, let's Queen, if Freddie Mercury's alive.
There we go. So, happy Wednesday. If you want to check out the rest of this week's clip and also watch her previous clips, then go over to Ren Sinclair's accounts, social media. They are excellent. Really, really good. Really good. I did love that bit where she's like, here's Sabrina Carpenter. Here's someone just trying their best. That is next level shade. Next level shade. Look at this, though. You want to talk about next level? Apparently this went down at Evolution. How's this for unseen, said Word of Wrestling. A fan caught another fan texting about a fart at Evolution, right? Look at this. Grammar farted. She even lifted her leg to do it. Look how big this text is. Grammar farted. She even lifted her leg to do it. And she's responding, did she rattle the windows? Just watch Evolution. Don't worry about grammar farting. Grammar farted. She even lifted her leg to do it. Oh my God. Grammar. Did she rattle the windows? I hope this wasn't during Rhea against Iyo, you know, one of the best women's matches we've ever seen. And instead we're focused on grammar farting. Unbelievable. Right, look at Adam Pearce. Seems like he went backstage and tried on one of those wigs from Raw. So there we go, Empire Studio. Thank you. Look at that. Very fun. Talking of fun, Sheamus said it's a work. Right? This is really good, by the way, because I wonder if people saw that and thought, he's talking about Seth. I bet he's talking about Seth. So he said it's a work, right? And then just after, in the comments, he went, look, whenever someone gets triggered on this platform, just tag them in this above. I've fixed the internet. So there we go. If someone's getting really upset about some storyline or something that's happening in wrestling, just tag them in that. Sheamus saying it's a work. It's just a work. Don't worry about it. It's all scripted. It's just a work. But I bet some people saw that and thought immediately of Seth. So very good. And there's Naomi. Do you remember she was going around really angry about the fact she didn't have any shirts? Well, she does have shirts. Thanks for my new shirts. You guys are the best. I didn't mean what I said the other day, says Naomi. So here is Naomi's shirts. Proceed with caution. The new women's world champion. And there as well. Naomi is your new women's world champion. Caution, do not cross. So there we go. And it's in the shape of an N for Naomi as well. So a couple of new shirts for Naomi. And she's very grateful for that. Right. That was fun. What else have we got? We have got, I think, just community and thanks by the looks of it. So Wendy Lucho getting a like from Mr. Iguana. Very nice. Junkwax Obsessed. Shout out to you, buds. I think I just included this in here because I just thought it was a really good little collection you had as well. With the Alexa Bliss Funko, the Jack in a Box, which I don't even know if they still sell that, actually. They might do. I'm not sure. But that's really cool. Obviously, the new Lilly, the old Lilly. So there we go. We've got a little bit of an Alexa Bliss. You need some Alexa Bliss Mattel figures, which I'm sure you've probably got elsewhere. But no, unless it's Lilly, are you actually like a Lilly? Is this because that's Lilly, that's Lilly, that's Lilly, and I think she's holding Lilly. Oh my God, are you a Lilly stan? Some people are into like Seth Rollins, Gunther, Iyo. Do you stand the doll? Is that what? In my mind, you probably have got an Alexa Bliss collection elsewhere, and this is just the Lilly part of it, maybe. In all fairness, I think that probably is everything they've done. Although I think they did do some shirts, but that would be hard to get on display, wouldn't it? So, Junk Wax Obsessed, shout out to you, buds. And Raymond said, hello, I got a quote tweet from Chelsea. Chelsea, I pledge allegiance to the greatest ever all-time Chelsea Green. She's the reason why I watch WWE. She was the greatest champ. And Chelsea said, duh, obviously. So there we go. Raymond, shout out to you, buds. Shout out to you. Right, let's do thanks and let's get out of here. So Armando, World of Wrestling, Daboomer65, Raymond, Wrestling's Biggest Fan, Sweet Chin Wrestling, Claire Webb, Big Bam, Wendy Lucho, the Smile Saint, Knight1701, Steve Silverback Walker, Prain User Sports, Football 240855123, All Game 17, Robin, Kelly the Wise Lady, Christopher, Fly Music, MLW Flash, Babs the Barbarian, The Fiend House, CM Chunk, and Huddle Talk. Shout out to you guys. Really appreciate the support. I will see you tomorrow for another Unseen. Bye for now.